Hello, welcome to the Salvation Army. My name is Brian Molohon. I'm the Executive Director of Development for the Salvation Army Northern Division. I want to welcome you and invite you in to see the inner workings of the Salvation Army. The Salvation Army across the Northern Division last year served 325,000 people. We are one of the largest social service providers, not only in Minnesota and North Dakota, but literally across the nation. We believe at the Army in the innate worth and dignity of every single person. Let me tell you what you're going to see on your tour today. You have 3 stops. The first will be our Harbor Light facility in downtown Minneapolis. The Harbor Light is the largest homeless shelter in the Twin Cities. On any given night, up to 500 people find safe and secure shelter there. Your second stop will be our Citadel Community Center in downtown St. Paul. We have 7 community centers across the Twin Cities. The Citadel Community Center will give you a glimpse of the day-to-day things that happen there to serve our community. Your last stop will be to learn about our Pathway of Hope program. You'll learn how we surround individuals and families with all of the help and support they need to break the cycle of poverty. Enjoy your tour. I'll see you afterwards.
Hi, I'm Trish Thacker. I'm the Executive Director here at the Harbor Light Center. At the Harbor Light Center, we meet people at their greatest point of need to offer hope, possibilities, and a fresh start. We're one of the largest single adult shelters in the upper Midwest, often serving over 450 people per night. Emergency shelter is part of the larger emergency response system. So we coordinate with the city of Minneapolis, with Hennepin County, with the state of Minnesota. So when you donate and you support the Harbor Light in particular, but Salvation Army in general, what you're doing is often saving a life. You're helping somebody get inside out of the cold. You're helping them come in outside if there's civil unrest. You're helping them get warm. You're helping them get food. Here in Safe Bay, this is for men's overnight-only shelter. People come in at night, they leave in the morning. And immediately when COVID was coming and they were talking about that 6-foot distance, we were able within several weeks to move 150 people into protective hotel spaces, which then allowed us to spread out. Being homeless is traumatic. We already know that. If we can provide a space where people feel cared for and they feel like it's dignified space and they feel like it's healthful space, that just helps relieve some of the emotional and psychological burden. I am always looking to increase our staff complement. We have folks incredibly mission-oriented and committed to all this, and we need more of those people. It's important to remember that the Salvation Army isn't just a social service organization. The Salvation Army is a church. Every Sunday we have church service here, we have music, we have Bible studies, and when really hard things happen, because they do, we have these folks who are here and immediately available to offer support to staff, to offer support to clients. The best way that we can support people is as a whole person. In the Harbor Light Center, we have a fully licensed commercial kitchen here. One of the things that we appreciate so deeply and we couldn't do without, frankly, are the food donations that we get, the food rescue organizations that we have contracts with, which allow us to provide much more food. We may serve 500 or more meals per day out of this kitchen. This is a full-service walk-in clinic that's free to our clients. People can walk in and they can get what they need. It can be prescriptions, it can be any kind of medical care that they might need to have. They can get it here at the clinic. We're the only single adult shelter that has healthcare for the homeless on site 5 days a week. People who are experiencing homelessness, anybody who has been marginalized over time, those folks tend to feel invisible. One of the great things you can do, which doesn't cost you a thing, if you look at somebody in the eye who's homeless and say hello, it seems like nothing, but you've recognized them, you've seen them, you're affirming their humanity, and you're saying that they're a person and they count. Thank you so much to everybody who's donated financially and emotionally to support the Salvation Army here in the Twin Cities.
Well, I'm Lieutenant Jonathan Taube, and it's a pleasure to welcome you here to the Salvation Army Worship and Service Center in downtown St. Paul. My real hope for the Salvation Army is to, yes, be a place of resourcing. Beyond that, we want to be a place of refuge, be a place where young and old have a safe space in their life. We rely so heavily on folks from the community who have time to give, who have money to give, coming and helping us out. You know, one of the real privileges of being in the Salvation Army is we're often the first place people turn when they don't know where else to go in a time of need. Addressing food insecurity is a big part of what the Salvation Army typically does in many communities. Whether it's here in St. Paul or in any other community in the 134 something countries around the world where the Salvation Army serves, you know, we want to be a place that welcomes folks with open arms. We've turned our dining hall here into a super food shelf where we're able to stage and sort and prepare high-quality boxes of groceries for our neighbors. Our staff and our volunteers working together side by side is the only way we can pull off such a kind of immense operation to meet the really immense need that we find ourselves confronted with every day. We're here in a Salvation Army Worship and Service Center, and oftentimes the service aspect of that is more well known in the community, but the worship side is really important. We have Bible studies and prayer meetings and worship services and meeting physical needs, meeting spiritual needs. All of it is what we're here to do. Here in our gymnasium on a typical week, you'll find senior volleyball or adult or kids playing basketball. We're a polling place here for our West 7th neighborhood, and we're really honored to be able to make this space available to our community in that way. That's the point of a community center, is for it to be a safe space for people in their lives where they can connect with others and just have fun. Young people are often a kind of a barometer for the health of a community. Here, we're really blessed to have on-site a state licensed, nationally accredited child development center. It's always exciting to see young people in a community kind of gathering at the Salvation Army because they come from all different walks of life. And I love that my kids now are getting that same kind of blessing in their lives. As the Salvation Army, whether we're talking about one of the little ones here in the daycare or the 80-year-old person who needs to get off the streets and have a warm place to sleep at night in one of our shelters, our goal is always to treat people with dignity and respect and ensure that they know they're seen and valued.
Hi, I'm Christy Anderson. I'm the Social Services Coordinator at the Salvation Army in East St. Paul. I'm here today to talk about Pathway of Hope. It's an opportunity for families who are motivated for change in their lives to set goals, work one-on-one with a social worker toward the future that they envision for their families. It's about taking small, incremental steps towards success. It may be something like opening a bank account, getting a GED, nutrition, sustainable housing, childcare. Together we work on all of these goals and we celebrate every success.
With the Pathway of Hope program, you and I had talked about how it's like a year, kind of intense, and then we do like a year to follow up. I was so impressed for being 19, having a 2-year-old, being through the domestic, everything that you had been through, and you still were so bubbly, so excited, so full of energy.
Hi, my name is Tanisha Mitchell. I was born and raised from St. Paul, Minnesota. I've been here all my life. Yes, this neighborhood, it just brings so much good memories. So many memories of how we used to just walk and, come to the Salvation Army. Before I came into this program, honestly, I was a single mother of 2, trying to graduate, trying to get my life better, trying to find some stability. At that point, I was like, I can't be like this. This is not how my life is supposed to be. And ever since I came to the program, it honestly helped with everything. Like, I knew what I wanted to do. I was able to graduate. I was able to get my own apartment and find that stability and that comfort, raising my kids. It's such a beautiful thing to see like how I am now compared to them. And honestly, you know, they gave me so much hope and so much inspiration. Like, I can do it. Like, you know, I'm going to do it. I'm going to improve and impact probably someone else. Like, I helped someone else put a smile on their face, just like someone else put a smile on my face, you know? And I think that's me personally what God would want, you know, us to come together, help each other. Everyone needs that support. And so that's why I recommend this program for everyone who's really in need, because honestly, it would change your life for the better. Salvation Army is honestly one of the best programs in place that they built, because it helps so many people.
Welcome back. That was a lot to take in. What's resonating with you most? Is it our Harbor Light location, Citadel, our Pathway of Hope program? No matter where the Salvation Army is at, the thread that goes through all of those programs is this: we meet people in their place of greatest need, and we seek to wrap all of our programs, all of our services around that individual, around that family, to help transform their lives, to bring them to their full potential that God knit into them. That's why the Army exists. And we can't do that important work without you. I want to invite you into our work today. 3 things that I'd like to have you consider. Would you pray with us? Would you commit to being a prayer partner? To pray for those coming to us in need? To pray for our staff and our officers on the front line? Would you commit to being a volunteer with us? Whether it's staffing that kettle or coming into one of our community centers and helping to mentor a family. Plenty of opportunities to be the hands and feet with us. Lastly, this important work, it takes dollars. I would ask you to prayerfully consider how you could financially support our work. Prayer, volunteer, and give. If you or somebody you know is in need, please have them reach out to us. We are here to help. And for those of you that can give, we thank you for that. Thanks for taking the tour today. God bless you.